Yeah, thank you. Yeah, small noises are coming. Okay. So here inside this data, so the left alignment, centered alignment, and right alignment within the curly braces. Suppose you need to have the column line. Okay, so in between that the L and C or R and C or C C C. So with that, using the line, we can have the column one, and using the H line, we directly having the rows, the row line. But in this environment, comma separated line environment, here we are not directly using that one, but we have the we can have that renew command. We can use it. Renew command we are using. See, for example, I'm going to use this the first command, renew command, using the data tool before the columns. See, look at this table. The current right now it is looking like this without the column lines and the row lines we are not having. So with that from the data tool before the columns, so using this data package, so with that the line here we are going to drop it. See, now I can have this line. See, now I can have. So likewise after the column, now I am going to have it using the renew command data tool after the column. See, now I am having this before and after the columns. How can we give the between the columns? So the same way here, using DTL between the columns, the line one. Okay, so now inside it, so each and every column, suppose I'm having this all these lines. Okay, all these lines. Then how can we drop the rows or the lines in the horizontal manner? So here renew command from your data tool package. Here display your start tab, using the starting the tabular point. So using here H line, whereas here for column argument we just using this one. For the horizontal line we are using the H line. So at the top here we can have this line. Okay, then the bottom, suppose I want to plot it. So here I have this two line segment. Suppose I remove this at the bottom. Say I can have some error and all, and it is going to have this height and all. So it is not directly provided. See, in the starting tabular point we can have directly, but at the end part we cannot have that. So it is not going to plot on the next line. So for that we have to give it is double line. Okay, it's nothing but our line break. Then only we have to use this H line. Now it will work. See, I can have the bottom row also. So bottom row, the line, so top, bottom, the sides, and between the columns also, here we are having. Now the after the header row, A, B, C are the header row. So here display the after the header row using this slash DTL display after head. So I can have my line. So this we can do in our tabular also, already it mentioned. So but in the CSV file, how can we do that? Because it is auto loaded in this plain format we can have. But here we are now manipulating the data in this way. Okay, now here inside the rows. Okay, all these data. Okay, slash display start row using the H line. Suppose we can use it. Okay, so in my entire table, so each and every rows and the columns are separate, fixed by these lines. I hope you understand these concepts, how we are going to plot the lines and the rows. So this is the way here we are doing it. Okay. The same one. Suppose we are going to align the data. Suppose we are going to align the data with that already I told that the string format, then rupee or the currency format, then the real number format, then the integer format. So with that, the four things we can align the data, integer, string, real number, and the integer number, currency also. Okay, so with that, here we are going to do this one. So for that, I can have my database. This is called my mark data. Okay, this is called my mark data. So actually this is my serial number, name, phone, height. It is the headers in my mark data. So here we can have this number C, this 134 plus 5, it is called the real numbers. Whereas this 120 is called, it is the integer number. So these are all some integer number. Here it is called the string cases. Okay. So with that, how we are going to do the cases? So this data name is called mark data. Mark data. So see here in this alignment part. So here loading the data. First of all, we load the data. See the same way here in this one t2g.csv file, we loaded and then displayed. And here displayed the data. The same way the second database, the mark data, here we may call in the later part it is DB. Okay. Now without this, see using the captions, time to grow the data, centered alignment, database. Here we are going to display alignment section is third section is. So this is my data. So how we are going to align these columns? So this is by default serial number is at the right end. Okay, and this name and all the strings in the left alignment, and this is in the centered alignment, and this is in the height is in the right alignment. So for that, suppose using this renew command, wherever the integer part, the integer align, here we are using it, which is using the C is nothing but which is centered alignment, See, just I am trying to run. See now the data serial number, the numbers are, it is in the centered part, and this phone number also it is changed somehow. Okay, but not in the height column. Because it is a real numbers involved. This 134.5, 162.3, and then 156.4. These are all the real numbers. So these real numbers are not aligned. So only the integer part only. Maybe this I may try to do with the L portions. Okay, left side alignment. You may feel the difference here. See, the serial number is now in the left part. So this is the one. Then this is the code for integer alignment inside the table. Now using the renew command from the data tool, string part alignment. So maybe the name. So which is in the left alignment. Now I need to have in the, suppose in the right alignment. See, which is now in the right alignment. All the names are in the right alignment. So if you need to have in the centered part means again I can have it in the C. See, now it's in the centered alignment. Okay. Now the real number, renew command, data tool, real alignment. So see the height, which is already in the right alignment part. So now we need to have in the left part means using L. L stands for left. L is already, we know that from the basic part. Okay, L is left. Then C is centered one. Okay, centered one. Okay, and R is right alignment. That's the basic one. Okay, which is basic one. So using this, see now this is the left alignment part. So like that in our tabular things, we can have the left and right, and then the centered part we can do it. So overall in this view from your the three things, we have utilized two data sets. One is T2G and another one is mock data. Both are comma separated file. So this is the raw data we just inserted in our LATEX. Then we displayed in the section 1. In the section 2, we try to get using the renew command, the lines and the vertical lines and the horizontal lines. We try to get just using the renew command so that the table gets some lines. Okay, the nice look here we are having. Then the third part, with the data, only after doing these lines and all, we need some left alignment and right alignment to mention and all. The color options also there. We can have that color options are also there. One by one we move on to that. So here left element, right element also we can give it. This is very, very, very simple data because it contains only 10 set of data points. Okay, if it is lengthy, if it is going to second page or third page or up to 10th page, so how we are going to align the data or control the data. So that also we are going to see in our next projects. So this is my project one in simple form. So is there any doubts or query? Do you have any questions here? Okay, now I try to share the file. Hope you got the files, all the three files. Just download and explore your site. Take 2 minutes of time and tell me if you are having any problem. So people are watching from, I think, YouTube's also. So all these three files at the end of the sessions, those who are watching in our YouTube. Okay, so I will share to you. So those who are in the hall, Zoom meeting hall, you can explore your site using the data. If you are not having any problem, that also please give me the feedback. Just work on it. Is it fine? Shall I move to the second one? Give your feedback in the message chat box. Yeah. Okay, now I move to the second one. So the output of the project now, output of the project. Suppose we are having the balance sheet data. Okay, balance sheet. So this is also we are getting from our comma separated file. So the headers are descriptions, and then we have the credit and the debit, and then the how much we are having the balance. So only the 4 columns here we are going to have. So with that, our primary aim, suppose the number we are going to using the argument part using the if and else statement. Okay, the true or false case. So how can we assign the colors? Okay, whenever where need to have it. Okay, so based on that we need to have. See here we are not included all the lines and all, just using the header row and the bottom only we need to have. So this is my primary aim in this balance sheet. So look at it, this is the output of my the next page one, the project two. Okay, so with that, this is my project two. Okay, See here, again, the document class, begin document, end document, then it is make title. So the title, author, the date, you can have it, So this is the optional one. If you need, you can have. So here, what are the things we need to have? So doing this kind of part. So for that, if you are look at our project, the balance sheet document. Okay, so this is my balance sheet. So in this balance sheets, we have the travel expenses, conference fees, grant, and then the train fare. So here it is first we expire without the credit, we just use spend the amount like 230 rupees. So overall the balance is in the negative form. Then the conference fees also we paid in our hand. So it is 400 rupees, means the net balance is now it is minus 630. Okay, 630. Then suppose we received the grant from the funding agency, from our institute. Okay, so that we have the 700, means the 700 minus 630. So it is 70 rupees. So train fare, so 70. So overall the net balance is nil. So this is the comma separated file. Actually, this is not in the tabular form. The form is description, comma, in, comma, out, comma, balance. In the next line, travel expenses, comma, this is an empty one. We are not going to feed it anything here. So comma 230, comma minus 230. Like that, the data will be there. The original format is on that style only. Okay, so here for that, how we are going to frame this one. So for that, again we are working on the data tool one. So using the package data tool, it's mandatory. So to give this color and all, we need have this X color package. Then using this tabular form. Okay, this tabular form, top row or the middle one or after the head. Like that, we need to have this tabs using book tabs. Then here, look at this. This our Indian currency symbol here. This one here we having. So for that, we need to have this TF rupee. So these three things are new from the project 1 to project 2. So the extra three packages are here we are utilized, the X color, book tabs, and then TF rupee. And if you are look at your the database in the balance sheet form, okay, there is no rupee sign here, right? In, out, and then this balance, just the description strings only there. So now here we are having, now we are going to define in this header format inside this also. So from this data load, the data tool, loading the database using the balance sheet. Okay, balance sheet. This is my file, data tool file. So here we may call it is in the same name, balance.csvs. Balance here we are going to call in this optional argument, optional things. Now we are going to call this the headers we are going to define. First one is description, second one is the in. Okay, so here within this parenthesis here we are given slash rupee, means this because of this TF rupee we can have this symbol, Indian currency symbol. Here we can have like that, this out, and then balance. So this is our optional argument that we may give it. Okay, in this way we can define. Okay, let's come to the part. So the first one. So now I first comment this one. Yeah, this is my table. So in this table, suppose these are all not having. Just loading the database only. See, begin table, captions balance sheet, and then centered alignment. From the data tool, display the data. What we uploaded here, it is balance.csv. So it is now call it as balance. So displaying the database balance, just displaying the data. Now we can use our previous statement, renew command. This data tool display the after the header and the bottom, and then the sides. Okay, before the columns, after the columns, between the columns, we have been utilized. Now using the header documents, the other way also we can have it. See here, renew command, data tool, display the start tabular form using the slash top rule. Using the slash top rule, I can have only the top, this line. Then end tab, suppose I can have, see here, whenever we are using the end one, we need to have at the bottom this line break. Then otherwise the height and all will come, it is not going to display the lines. So this is the second one. And after the head only, not everywhere. So inside the descriptions, see the line thickness also. The top and bottom have the other lines, in the middle one it is in a different way. So these are the three arguments. Here we are using the renew command for our entire data. So it is there, data is displayed, here data is displayed, and the lines are here, we are plotted using our things. Now the using the if less than argument, suppose use this is the code. Okay, this is the true argument, true part, and this is the false part. So I can have two arguments. So namely it is argument 1 and arg1 or arg2. If argument 1 is less than argument 2, that we are going to define which one is argument 1 and argument 2. Okay, that is our conventional one. So here it is argument 1, argument 2. If argument 1 less than argument 2 means the true is going to be displayed. Okay, if this argument 1 is greater than argument 2 means which the case is failure 1. Okay, so that the false positions are going to be the false part, whatever you are going to display, that will be displayed. So this is here we are going to define for this is if less than, the condition is from the data tool if data tool part sorry, the less than part. Now we can have that two sections. One is the data, all whatever here we are having that we have the again that four things, the string, and then your currency, then the real number, then the integer number, that part. So here we are looking to that only the real number and the integer number. So the format here we have to mention. So from the database, the data tool /dtl small dtl integer format. int format means integer format. Real format means the entire number. The fractional numbers also which is allowed. So these are the two things. So the same one, argument 1, argument 2, true, false. This is the general structures to assign the colors or whatever we are going to display in our next sections. See here, begin table, end table, begin table, end table. Just I can have this in this way. See, without this renew command, again I'm just going to display my table. Whatever I having in the table 1, the same which is going to be displayed in our table 2 also. Now using this if less than argument command, see here, see the renew command. So already we designed this. See here, this top rule already it have two portions in the renew command. Okay, so this we are going to use it the same way here in this renew command. In this one, the argument 1, here I am going to use this the DTL from the data tool. If less than argument 1 is if it is less than 0. If it is argument 1 is if it is less than 0, then that will be displayed up to this text color red. The argument 1 is going to be displayed in the red color. Okay, slash text color red. Argument 1 is if it is this is less than 0, else then the argument here as it is we have to display. This is the false position conditions. Okay, false positions conditions using the format here, integer format here we used it. So now if I'm using this, see in this one, this minus 230 minus 630 are below the number, it is 0. Okay, below it is less than of 0. So that two number in my table, it is going to be displaying the red color. So we can identify from the table itself. So where it is the having, we are having the negative balance from the balance sheet. From the balance sheet. Is it fine? So this is also I'm going to share. So the database. And then this projects. Suppose I'm going to have this is some number 10, or 50. How much it is? Up to 70. Okay. Then suppose I'm going to have it is 80. See this 70, 70, 0. That's also assigned the color red one. Okay. That also assigned the red color. Suppose I'm going to give it is 500. It is integer format only. See, these numbers are assigned in the red color. So our primary aim is to have, if it is the argument is one is less than of that 0, which is negative quantity. So it may be displayed in the red color. So this is our project number 2. Is there any doubts? Please give your input in your chat box. Is it fine? In chat box, participants, please give me one. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mitali Joshi and Changida madam. Yeah. Then I move on to the project number 3. So this is my output of the document. See, in this project number 3, we are having some list of names from the participants. It may be first name, it contains the database contains the first name, last name, and then the mail of the particular student, and then the gender. Okay, not only this, this is displayed one only. Actually, this is the displayed part only. From our database only, we have to look at that. So what are the parameters here? We are actually having it in our data set. So I shown that only the 4 things: the first name, last name, mail ID, and the gender only. Apart from that, the ID, date of birth, and address of the students, the details also, which is available in the database. Okay, which is also available in the database. So with that, it see here it is around. It is exactly here. It is 100 students details here we are having, or 100 participants list here we are having it. Okay, so if you are doing it, it may not be, it is not given in the one page itself. Definitely move on to the a couple of pages or another pages we need to have to present it. So second page or the third page, like that it goes. Okay, so how can we control the data in LaTeX environment? Because it's a single document. So each and every page I need to have this headers as well as the captions also, and these numbers as should come, and the tabular form also. Suppose I am trying to get it in our LaTeX format means. So this commands will help us. One by one I will do it so that you can understand. So here, for the displaying purpose, I just using the optional things, the 10 point and the A4 paper. Okay, so now we are going to load the data. So the file name is CSV file name is people. So here we can call it is in the name as people itself. So data tool loading the people, loading the database people. So this is the directly we just uploaded. Okay, without the header and all. So here now using this optional things up to this, see, without this the above and below are the same, right? The gray color one and this blue color, if you have forgot about this blue colored one, the highlighted one, the remaining two lines are same. Okay, now we can have these optional things. The headers, actually the key factors are, what are the key factors which is involved in our databases are nothing but ID, first name, last name, email, gender, date of birth, address. Okay, so actually seven columns are there from our original database. So with that is the actual key. Okay, with that the header here we are going to call this ID. This ID is going to be displayed is this ID, this first name small f, and then this first name is going to be displayed in the header part is it is, which is first name. See here it is first name, the same way here it is displayed. Then this last name the same way here. See, it is the key. Here it is the displayed one. This is the first name and last name, student, email, gender, date of birth, and address. So in this way we loaded the data. See, in the previous things I somewhere I loaded in the database in the between the begin document and end document. Here now I added in the preamble part. That also works. Okay, that also works. Okay, anywhere you can load it. So here it is loaded the database. Here it is loaded. Now how we are going to present it? How we are going to present it? See, here it is. It actually contains, the document contains 3 pages. Contains 3 pages. The first page is only here we displayed. The second one and the last one. So using the document, so here again we use the project 2 type. Here we are going to use the rows and all. So top rule, mid rule, and the bottom rule. And here display the start tab, and then after the header and end the tabular form. So starting the tabular one, ending the tabular one, and after the tabular header only. So using top rule, mid rule, bottom rule, in our renew command, we can have these lines. We can have this line. Okay, sir. Now, how can we have this from this database? Each and every page, how can we display these headers? This headers. See here, headers. Second page also headers. Then this third page also headers. We are, how can we get? And then the table one only still it is continued for all the 3 pages. So how can we define this caption? This caption, that is also important one. Then each and every page at the end of this tabular form, so one line we are having, and then the continued in the table is continued. So it may be move on to the next page, and then this next page. And if it is ended means, how can we assign this end table? So this is from the raw data we are manipulating it. So it has around 3 pages, right? So after defining this renew command, the top and bottom, and then the after the head, now we move on to the page here. Here this is the general command to control it. See here, the first line here we are using omit id, dob, address. See here in our headers, actually here we are having 7 parameters, 7 columns. So with that the id, date of birth, and address we removed. Suppose I just remove this address from this omit part. So I can have it my file, the particular students address also. See, this address also we can have it. Address of the particular students also we can have. Okay, so for example, this data birth, if suppose we remove, we are going to skipping it, right? We are going to skip it. ID, ID, and this gender, address. See, in this table now, we can have the first name, last name, student email, and data birth only. So we can control the database. So what are the elements or the details we want to display in our document? So in this way we can control it. So this omitting part which helps us from the key factors or these header factors. So from this all these 7 things, okay, it is not limited, but we can extend it. Okay, so here, so if you are not interested to display some of the informations from the key factors, so we can include in the omit sections. We can include the omit sections, and if you are look at this, this is nothing but see, this is the one. This is the one. In the project one, you used that, loaded the database, and displayed the database. The same thing only here we are going to doing it, but with some extra optionals here we are using it. How to for that controlling the database. That's the idea. Okay, this is the optional one. With that, you can see that use packages page. So for that data tool, using the CSV file or XLS file, we need this package. And that for that top row, mid row, bottom row, using the display, start tab, outer tab, end tab, we need to have using this books tabs. That's also important one. Then this is the important one for this project number 3, because we are having 100 people's data, right? Their informations. So the table is not ended up within the one page itself. So it is a long data. So that here we are going to using the long table package. Long table package. That's also important. Then here we are going to display, not just using DTL, display DB. Here long DB, here we are using it. Long DB. The previous things we may have in this way, /DTL display DB people only. Okay, after loaded the data, we are just displaying in this way. Now we are having this long data, so that using the long database can have it. So now we omitted this particular columns from our database. Then the caption is here, it is list of people from the very beginning. Then the label is for that. If we are going to use in the future purpose, we can use this label is /ref, this people table, we may use it. Okay, then this can't caption is nothing but the continued pages, the upcoming pages, the same tabular form having this caption like list of people continue. See in the next page, second page, and as well as the third page, we are using in this way. See, suppose I'm going to use it instead of this list of people, students data. See here, I'm not going to change this list of people, just only the can't captions part only I'm doing it. You can feel the difference. First page as it is in the list of people, my caption, but whereas in the upcoming pages, the second one is students data continue, and then here third also students data continue. If you are not interested, this continued part means you just using students data. That's all. Here it is students data. This is our option, but the first one is it is defined in our captions. That is as it is going to be displayed. Okay, so in this way we can give the captions also. Continue. From the original part, I am using it same way. Stop. Okay, sir. Now, now, so the data, long data, we maybe remove some two or three columns from the original database. The first name and last names are separated and displayed in the separate columns also, their email, and then this database, which is in the left alignment we are having. Alignment also here you can use it. Okay, all this project 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. All these things you can use it in one single file itself. You can control the alignments also. You can use some colors, text color for some particular students also that you may utilize. Okay, so here this line, this continued page, continued in the next page, and then this end of table, this end of table. That how can we give it? Okay, continued page and end of the table. So at the bottom of the each and every page, the footnote here we are going to use it. The foot using the H line, one horizontal line here we are using it, one horizontal line. Okay, the message is here, it is continued in the next page, continued in the next page. Here these two are optional. See in the foot, if we need to have this line, we can use drop the line slash H line. And the font size here we are using this one is slash em. Okay, emphasizing the data here, continued in the next page. Suppose I am removed this em. Okay, suppose I removed in this email, it is going to be displayed in the normal text. Okay, we are going to using the emphasizing the text, so it may be in the italic format. Okay, so it is in the continued text page. So this is even the continued page. Okay, this is going to be continued up to the how many pages we are having. Maybe it may be 10 pages, means 10 pages means from the first page to up to the page number 9, it is continued. It is continued. But the last, at the end of the table, at the end of the table, here we are using the last four. Actually the end of the table and end of the pages also. So wherever it is going to be stopped your data by one, we are using the last four, using the informations end of the table. So if I am interested, I can use this slash em here also, end of the table. End of the table. So these all these things we done it in the long database. Long database for the database file name is, which is nothing but people, which is nothing but people. So I hope you understand how we are controlling the or displaying the data from the raw data to this one. So what are the things we have to mention it? So these are the mail IDs of the particular students. So I am trying to share this file. See the header, Madam Trivuru Sundari ma'am, that header and key. So that is for our understanding purpose only. If you are look at this one, your header and keys, actually from our database, you want to look into that. Your header database is here. We are having that. See this is my database, right? This is our comma separated file. So in this way only, the previous things which is displayed in the tabular form, actually this is the exact comma separated file. In this way only we are having the data. See this ID, first name, last name, email, gender, DOB address. But in the header file, we define in which form we need to display. See here it is displayed, here it is having only email, but we displayed in the header file which is as student email. So here we are going to control, or we are, as per our wish, we are going to display the data or the header. Is it clear, ma'am? Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So in this way only the comma separated files are there, not just because of like look like our XLS file. So this is the comma separated file. Comma separated file. So in this way only, for this data only, see you have to think about the time constraints. So suppose a manager or the HR department asking the giving this raw data to their community peoples and to try to sort it out. So I need only this ID, first name, and then the corresponding uh, faculty or the participant database only. So these four elements only I need to have. So from this data you just separate it. So this is the assignment, the project they are going to give us. Okay, so with this data, if you are doing this one, okay, the first name and last name only, first name and last name only. Okay, so how many times we can type this one? So what are the data here? We are going to delete it. Maybe first name and last name also, it is very easy. Suppose I need to have only first name and date of birth only we need to have. Okay, so it is taken the entire day. For somebody it may take around 1 week also. But if you are using this LATEX environment, using this LATEX environment, using this long table format and this packages, data to packages, it is very easy. So this is the data format. Yeah, so now it is the time. Sorry, the topic in this project number 4 is sorting the data. So this is my student. So students, yes, serial number, first name, chemistry, and the student's country maybe is given. Okay, so this is the database, around 30 students database here we are having. So with that we may sorting the data by country wise or particular subject wise. It is alphabetic order only. I have to revisit the sorting Z to A type. Actually, I know only A to Z, so that is only I'm giving. If possible, in the upcoming sessions, we may try to give the whether it is available or not for Z to A, the sorting the data. So this is the raw data. About 30 students. The informations are here. It is given serial number and the first name, the 3 subjects marks, and then their countries. Okay, in their countries. So here, if you are look at this students, 12 and 13. Okay, the student Susan Calitan and Rina Barter. their country name is missed. Their of the
Mani,
okay.
Dr. Manivan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. We thought no audio. Sorry.
No. Actually, I myself only.
Sorry for it.
No, sir. No, sir. Actually, the same one in the project that two also the table descriptions in the balance sheet. Some of the entries we missed, right? That is also displayed. The same way here. The same way here. If some of the informations are missed, that also works. That also works. See, this is the raw data. Raw data. How we are going to do the project. So using the charting and all. Okay, so the country wise, this is Afghanistan and then the Hungary and India. So these three countries students, the students max versus chemistry marks are listed out here with that their serial number. Okay, serial number. So this is my text file. So here the packages here we are using that. Here we are using that. Nothing new to. Okay, for that charting or something. Already we used in the project 3 and 2 the book tabs and this long table, and the primary one is data table. That is enough. That is enough for starting the data. So using under the begin document and the end document, begin document and end document. So if you are using this book tabs means, book tab means, so this the top rule and then this bottom rule for this line, bottom line, and after the head, with that we are using this book tabs. So with these three new lines, the renew command display the starting tab and after the head and the end tab. Within that the top rule, mid rule, bottom rule, we can have it. We can have it this. Okay, now we have to load the data. Load the data. My data file name is, which is nothing but students.csv, that I'm going to call it as db, which is db. Now using the command dt sort from the data tool, the DTL from the data tool, sorting the data, which file from this DB file, students DSV CSV file, we are going to sorting out. So in the primary aim is country wise. First we are going to filter, actually sorting out based on the countries, then according to the mark, which is physics, So here that two data are missed. Okay, suppose I'm not giving this sort command. We loaded the data using this top rule and bottom rule and mid rule command. Then the display the long table. My caption is listing the students from the database. This is also the optional one. The captions, before the documents, we using the begin table, end table, centering, and then the captions, that all we used. Now within the single line itself, this project number 4 we mentioned. This is another kind to giving the captions and that. Okay, so listing the students. So these are all the things. So now if I am running this one, so this is my original data from the serial number 1 to 30, the first name of the student or the name of the students, and then the three subjects marks and their respective countries, okay, where they are belonging it. So the countries are given. Now my primary aim to sorting this data based on their country, if the countries are same, okay, so giving the preference based on the subject physics, based on the subject physics. Okay, so that, so now I can have that based on the country. So for the students 12 number 12 and number 3, for them the countries are missed, so that here giving the preference for the subject physics and chemistry. So physics the lowest one. So ordering, shorting the data A to Z, so the lowest to the highest. So 76, then it is 86. The same, suppose I am going to call in the country wise, suppose the max subject I need to have. See here it is 53, 75 from the database. Here also see the Susan Kaltian. She is, I think, the lowest mark in all 3 subjects if we are compared with Reena Bhatta. So that's why the same thing here we are having. Okay, country mentioned, and then this max. Maybe this serial number is interchanged. So according to this marks also change. And if you are interested to excelling in that, you may try to change the database in this Susan Kaltian, maybe right in the students CSV. Maybe suppose I am giving, this is my max mark, suppose it is 85. Okay, more than of Reena Bhatta, and this is my chemistry marks, maybe 95. If I am assigning in this way, okay, so in this way, so now see, Reena Bhatta is going up, then social culture. So based on the country as well as giving the priority for this max subject. So in this way we can sort out the things. Okay. So not only this limited one, so you may use the other columns also. With that we can sorting out. So the same we done it in our Excel sheet also, but now we are doing it in our LaTeX file itself. So that is the advantage. US. Okay. So this is the project number 4. This is the very the minimal thing up to the 13 the students 30 students database only we are having. If you are interested for the around if your students capacity are having 120 or 100 or 60 or 70, it may be we move on to the next page, means the previous project whatever we are having, that options you can include it and you can continue the process, it will works. But here we are using the long table long table format we are using. That's why here we are carefully added that here that display long table from the database display long database here we are using. Even though it is in the one page itself, it works for the multiple pages also. Okay, so now I try to share this file. Yeah, the students CSV, it is the minimal data here we are having up to 30 students. So if you are interested, you may try with this also, students long CSV also. So it may be helpful to you. Okay, now I move on to the project number 5. So my output of the file, of the file is, see, this is an interesting one, manipulating the data. So now I am trying to create a label or an identity card. Okay, so which is in the landscape manner. Okay, so this is my things. See, this is my first name. Starla is my first name. Okay, suppose Probi is my second name, which is given based on the comma, which is in the database, which is given by Starla, comma Probi. Okay, so somewhere the data birth also mentioned. Then the informations it may have, it is the gender, again the date of birth, their mail ID, and their address if it is given, and their photo of the particular student. Okay, this is my input. Okay, so suppose my database contains around 30 students. So for them, I have to create a label or the identity card, the row-wise. Okay, the landscape. Actually, it is the landscape. Okay, so how can I create? So this is some template here which we write. Okay. So for that, it is very easy to have it to exactly in this 100 students. Yeah, I will tell that before you just look at the database. So these are the database. Okay, so which contains the information of the students ID. ID may be the running numbers or some registration numbers. Okay, then the first name, last name of the student, email, gender, date of birth, address, and their image. Suppose the image is also given. Because it is an identity card, means definitely that photo we needed. Okay, photo we are needed. So for that, in our folder, we should have the files, not only the CSV file, but also that students image file also. That photo also we need to have it in the same folder. Okay, see the first second student information are Starla, comma Probi, then it's S Probi 1 at free.fr. This is the mail ID. Gender is female, then the date of birth, and then the address Y19695 and for them, okay, if it is a girl student, okay, so that we are just the name is we are saying the female.png means that second student photo which is saved like in this manner. Suppose if it is a male student means here just the male.png. So my aim is just to display only the male and female only. So that's why here we are added in this way. Okay, so if it is 100 students means the student one maybe r starla.png, mandi.png, alexandra.png, like that. The file name, once if you assigned that png file, then if you are having it in your folder itself, then directly it will automatically map into this place. Okay, so with this output part, how we are going to manage it? Okay, this is my project number 6, then it is fine. Yeah, so here the data tool part, now we are having this output in the landscape manner. So here I can have it in the landscape in my document class itself. The optional argument we given it as landscape partner, and then this is the B6 paper. Okay, the paper type A4 paper, A3, like that. Here B6 paper, here we are having it. Okay, that is also an optional thing. Okay, landscape is enough. Okay, now the packages are here which use here data tool, and for the image file here we are going to use it, so that include graphics we are going to use, so that the graphics package needed. And then this here we are having this kind of the border, the gray colored one, and then this color here we are using that. For that reasons here we are using this T color box, and then this actually that is the text color one. Okay, and then this skins here we are having. Actually skins is here we are having 2 layers and see here bottom and above, 2 things are here. That's a skins here we are using. So TC views library here we are using it. This is skins, and then this T color box are here we utilized. So using the new command, new command. Okay, so here I'm going to have it two things. So in my database, this new command which is defined for name, in my database I have that my first name comma last name. My database I am having it first name serial number comma first name comma second name it is given, but it is going to be displayed, so here in the bold face my first name, then immediately after this second name without this comma and all. Okay, and in the bold face, okay, after that this name which is going to be displayed with no indent and all. Otherwise it should be pushed to some places, right? Okay, from this position itself it is pushed to somewhere to the right. So with the no indent here we are defined, and then this bold face series, so the first name and last name going to be displayed. For that the new command name here we are displayed. Okay, now the new command, and that the end document, this is my document. So here we are having that the general command for loading the data using the data tool, loading the database. Actually this people.csv is my file. Okay, people.csv is my raw data file, csv file, that is going to be called it as database. Okay, db. Okay, db. Now the headers are here, it is consist of around this 7 parameters like id, first name, last name, email, gender, date of birth, address. See, in this data loading the part, here we are not using the image. Here we are not using the image, only the information, text or string informations only. Here we are having it. Whenever we are going to use that include graphics, that time only we need to have that image file. Okay, that photo file we are having. So the headers we are not utilized. Okay, then the using the display table, now we are going to use the for each. That's a command. Okay, using the syntax here, data tool for each from your, where it is exactly, where it is from your database file. First this id is going to be call it as from your database id. This whatever this orange colored one is nothing but which is going to be utilized from your database. So id is slash id, this first name is slash first name, then last name, date of birth, email, address, gender, and their image, which is used from your for each. So then you may ask one questions from this headers we are not utilized, and for each why we are using this image, because at that each and every respective pages, this is the male one and then this female one, for that particular student, that photo should be placed in the exact places. Okay, their places we have to match it, so that in this for each we are included their image file also. So actually using this mini page idea, yeah, I come back to this one. Okay, this mini page, using this mini page, we divided into this landscape is with the two format. Okay, two things, one is this photo file and another one is this information. Before that, above the top one is here we are having only three part we divided this section. See here mini page, using this mini page, this medscape above and below this include graphics is nothing but here we are having some space above this photo and below of this photo. For that only this medscape, and this include graphics, the particular image of that student, because why we are using this image rather the file name, because all the images here I am having it in the slash image. Suppose you are having the file name and all, okay, that also you can mention. So here it is the left side part, here it is enter the mini page, this portion, this photo file, this page part is over. Then this right side part, this information, here we are having that using the text with this font file, the gender we needed, and this their date of birth. So here it is gender, then date of birth. In the next few lines, okay, the line breaks given, okay, 20 point using, then text tt means normal, the typewriting set format. Okay, see the mail id is going to be given in the typewriting format. That's why here it is text tt, our mail id is given, then their corresponding address also mentioned. This is the designing the things mini page using here and here. Okay, what about the above of that first name, last name, and the date of birth? and also this line also, not only this line, this outer border also we have to define it. So for that here we are having that each after the for each command using the begin t color box, begin t color box, it is ended after the mini page, because inside this t color box only we are having all the informations. So here up to this t color box here we are having, so color back which is white, the back side is white, and the color frame is which is gray. The gray colored here we are having. See here it is gray colored one. Okay, up to the 10 scale here we are using. Maybe if you are interested, you may increase the color, and then the points also we are used enhanced, and then the drop shadow we are using this drop shadow also here we are using. For that only the skins here we using TCU's library, and then the name, first name. See the name and first name and last name. The next line here we are having that database data birth, first name Tabitha, and then Dimidowski is the second name or the last name. Then the next line we are having the data bar. So using the line break. So no indent, no indent. Without that, the entire card here we are having this line. So it is called a line with this 2 point. We are having a line. So in this way, suppose we generated the entire thing. So for all the 100 students, we are having their corresponding image. If it is a female, then male, then their information's name, date of birth, mail ID, address, everything it is created. Just using the few lines code. See how many lines here we are using? Only the maximum of 37. If you are remove the extra pages and all, okay, extra lines and all, around it is 25 lines only here we are having it. Okay, only 25 lines here we are having. Okay. Within 20 also we can use it. Okay. So in this way, all the 100 students, the images we can have it. Okay, now time is 11:31. So the next project I will do it, and the next part at the end I will give the another one also. Okay, so sir, this is in the landscape. So shall we have it in the exact manner? The portrait formats are in the one page. Here we are using the clear page command. Clear page command means with the one page, only one student document we are expected. Suppose in the column wise, at least two students informations. If I am going to print it, means the sheets are not going to waste it. So this is the, suppose that is my aim, and here the institute logo or some designs are not there. How to define? Okay, so that's my primary aim. So here for my next project, okay, this is my next project. So in this next project, so here I am going to have my the students list. Okay, see here, this is my database. Here also, here we are having the ID, first name, last name, email, gender, database, address, image. Okay, so here it is for up to 100 students. Here we are having all their informations, their photo file. So I'm going to design because already the project file, you know that one. So now the renew command, use package, data tool, and the X color and T color box, everything you know that one. Just we are going to use this geometry package, margin 1 centimeter, and then your column separated by 20 point means. So two columns here we are going to use. The page style is here we are empty we are using. Then the renew command in my name, the same way, no indent, two arguments. One is here my first name, and then the last name here we are going to display in the bold face using the blue colored one. Okay, 50. This is the things in your preamble part we design, and the begin document, end document. It is very easy to have the maintain the ID. Okay, just the maintain the ID. Yeah, just I am explaining it. So you are loading the database, people.csv database, ID, first name, last name, email, gender, date of birth, and address. But in my DTL database, actually data tool, for each command we need to have this image at the end from your image file. Okay, this DB. So that is the one. Okay, and inside that for each graph, for each, Okay, this for each. Here now we are going to use, see here, which is opened here. Okay, the loop here it is open and ended up here. Okay, so ended up here using the T color box only, using the T color box only inside it. So now I am having this T color box. So with that, the optional things I mentioned. So I can have this color. Okay, so here this color back lower part and skin bicolor. So these are the some designing part. So which color you are going to have in your backside. Okay, and then the front end are some text box, so that all the things we can giving the input like in this way. Okay, and then the centering part, vertical space, and the one m size, the m size given, the one size part, and including the graphics. Suppose I'm going to create the identity card or the identity card for the students of the VAT. So the institute VAT logo, here we can use it. The width is 0.7 text width. Okay, then it's a line command by 2m size. Okay, 2m size here I am having. Then include the graphics, that particular student's image, which is 0.5 text width, and this 1 am line space we are having. So the informations here we are going to display the row wise, first name and the last name, first name and last name only, first name and last name, the begin tabular and the end tabular format. So it's a left alignment. There are 3 columns. The first information which is in the left alignment, second one is center alignment, third one is again the left alignment. So the informations are here we are going to display in the manner like ID of the student, date of birth of the student, email of the student, and address of the student. And this TC color, TC blower means at the bottom of the things somewhat I have to mention whether it is a day scholar or the hosteler or faculty or other information, even the institute informations also. If we need to have, we can give it after the students informations. So it is in Villur Institute of Technology, Chennai, and then this Vandalur Kalambaka main road, and then B space. Once if you are having that, see the output of the file. See, yeah, for all the 100 students, not only it is limited to 100, for all the students. So I can have my the logo of my institute that particular students photo and their first name and last name, which is in the bold face, that column manner, the ID of the student and date of birth, email and address, and their institute informations address are here. You may in the TC blower, you may have it that the day scholar or hosteler. One more things also we can have it. So everything, all the things, all the informations which is in the inside of the T color box, begin T color box and end T color box only. So no need to worry, sorry, if I am giving the informations whether it is going outside of this box. No. So if you are giving it inside this T color box, so which is we can have in this way. Actually this grayscale, the space and all, everything be controlled here itself. Here itself, see this 20 point thing, and then this column separation is given by 20 points. See here the 20 point separation is here, it is given 20 points, so that everything here we define the nice manner. So all the information, so the comma separated file only we used .xls. If you are interested, you can use it. So within around 5 to 10 minutes of this code, if you are having it, so all the students identity card is now it is over. Yeah, hope you understand the things. If you're having any questions, unmute your side and then give your feedback. Thank you, sir. Dansaya sir, Parthivan sir, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, sir. And I would like to thank our own team because myself only I'm not created all these things. Without their help, I cannot complete this. So I thank to Dr. Dhanashekhar sir and Dr. Parthivan sir and Dr. David Raj, Michael. Thank you, sir. Participants, you may unmute your side. If you are having any queries, you may ask to me.
Thank you, Manivanan.
Thank you, sir.
Participant, if you have any queries, you can post it in the chat box or Unmute yourself and ask the resource person. He will address.
Haridas sir, as per your questions, I was in country A to Z, marks in Z to A. Not like that, sir. Actually, if you are sorting the data in Excel, how we are doing it, if you are in particular column, if you are sorting out, there may have two choices. Okay, one is the particular column only we are doing it, and then the entire sheet we are doing it. Here, actually, in the Excel, the entire sheet we done it. So in this manner only, we actually gave this command.
Participants, any queries you have? Thank you for your wonderful, very informative session.
Sir, if there is no questions, you may wind the session.
Anyone, sir?
Yeah, if there is no questions, you may wind the session.
No. Kalidas P asked one thing. Is it okay for all the PNG format? No, it is only for PNG, or it will work for all the formats.
PNG is better, sir, in LATEX. Suppose we are having EPS file, that also fine.
Okay.
Sir, feedback link or the attendance they are asking.
Already put it.
Sir, I have not shared this file in the YouTube for YouTube listeners. Possible you may.
That we will send it later.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Participants, if you have any queries, you can ask. So again, we are telling that, right? We will send the materials in a drive link. The link will be given to you so that you can download it from that drive, and it will be there for only 1 week or 2 weeks. Okay. That we will do after this workshop over, because we have plenty of work to do for this workshop. Therefore, we will do it after the workshop. And we are planning the next workshop by 30th. Okay. So that poster will be shared by today after. That is for how to write examination question papers in LATEX. So that is organized by Dr. David Maxim Raj and Dr. David Raj Michael. That is a separate workshop. It's not under FDP. Right. I hope there is no queries, Dr. Manivanan.
Yes, sir.
If there is no queries, thank you very much for your nice explanation. I hope you deserve all the credits given by the all the participants. It's happy to see that. Manivanan, do you want to tell anything?
Yes, sir. Thank you, participants. Because in this 2 days, around these 3 days, six sections workshops, advanced LATEX workshops, as participants are mentioned, it is the initial stage. 1,400 and plus registrations are there. We closed actually in the earlier manner. Okay, so otherwise it reached somewhere. Okay, so the end of the semesters, you are interested to learn this. Hope we are be people meeting your your expectations. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Manivanan. Okay, participants, right? I hope, right? we can wind up for morning session. We will meet by 1:45. The session will start by 2 o'clock by Dr. David Raj Michael, and he is going to talk about style files. Right. So hope okay, you will join for that. It's a very important session. Okay, and tomorrow morning, right, myself will take graphics using graphic drawing using PGF plots. Then afternoon session, tomorrow's afternoon session will be handled by again by Dr. David Raj Michael, class files. Right. So I'm going to end the meeting.